Hello, math students. This video is going to be on representing proportional relationships by tables and being able to write equations based off of those tables. So it says complete the table that represents a proportional relationship below. Use the information to write an equation that represents the relationship between x and y. So we know that this is a proportional relationship. So what we need to do here is we need to find our k. We need to find our constant of proportionality, our y over x. We know k equals y over x. We know that, so we are looking for our constant of proportionality. Okay, so we're going to do that by, we're going to put our y over our x. So right here we're going to put 3 over 1. And we know 3 over 1 equals 3, so our constant of proportionality is 3 here. So we know that we're given that this is a proportional relationship, but we could just for fun, we could do that over here. Equals 3 over 1, which equals 3. Okay, so our constant of proportionality is 3. With a little bit of algebra, we get that y equals kx. So that means that we are taking our y value here is found by multiplying x by our k. So going from here to here, we just multiply our x value by 3. So to get from here to here, we're just going to multiply this by 3, get 9. So that's what we need to do to fill out the rest of this table. We know that our constant of proportionality is 3. So here we go. After we find our constant of proportionality, really writing the equation is quite simple. All that we're going to do is say y equals, what's our k? So our k is 3. So y equals 3x. That's going to be our equation that represents the relationship between x and y. So right here it says complete the table that represents a proportional relationship below. Use the information to answer A through B. Okay, so first things first is we're going to try to solve for our k. So we're going to do that again by saying, all right, using this equation here, we're going to get k equals y over x. So we're given a y of 150 over 2. All right. Some of us might be able to see this right away, but I'm going to solve using long division over here. I'm going to put right here, I'm going to go, all right, 150 divided by 2. 2 does not go into 1, it goes into 15, 7 times. 7 times 2 is 14. Bring down our 0, right? 2 goes into 10 5 times evenly. The remainder is 0. So our answer is 75. So our k in this instance equals 75. If I wanted to, I could go in and solve using long division, take 300 divided by 4, but I know that it's a proportional relationship, so I don't need to do that. So we know that our k is consistent throughout, so all of these are going to have a k value of 75. So now we need to solve for our y right here. And again, using a little bit of algebra, we know that y equals kx. So all that we're doing is we're multiplying our x times 75 to give us our y. All right, 4 times 75 is going to give you 300. So 3, we're going to multiply this by 75. So take 3 times 75. So let's just take this 75, it's already written right here. Multiply this by 3. 5 times 3 is 15. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 1 is 22. 225. Okay, so now that we have filled out the table, we've completed the table. It says write an equation to represent the relationship between the hours and miles. So we're just going to use this equation right here. All that we need to do is we need to fill in our k value, which we solved at the very beginning, which was 75. Okay, so we know y equals 75x. Y equals 75x. Okay. Now for this, for part B, it says if they continue at this rate, how far will they drive after 7 hours? Okay, so a couple different ways we can go about this. Let's use the table first, though. So let's just extend this table to include 7 in it. Okay, so put 7 right here. All right, so we're going to multiply this by 75 by our K. And we got 75 times 7 is 5 times 7 is 35. 7 times 7 is 49 plus 3 is 52. So they go. So y will be 525. So they will travel 525 miles. All right. We know that x right here, this is our independent. We know x is hours and y is miles. Okay? Because for every 2 hours, we go 150 miles. For every 3 hours, we go 225 miles. For every 4 miles, we go 300 miles. So after 7 hours, we go 525 miles. Okay, so that's our video on representing proportional relationships by table. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something.